What's up, nation? Today let's talk about Sony Direct going live with the PS5 Stock Drop today, what days to watch for Target the rest of this week to drop their inventory, and Dbrand now entering the custom PS5 faceplate market. All right, everyone, so we got a few different topics to talk about today. The first of which is Sony Direct being live right now at the time of filming this video. This is something that I think we can continue to see throughout the rest of the week, and I still think they're one of the best retailers to keep your eyes on if you're still on the hunt for the PlayStation 5 console. So I want to talk through all the tips and tricks and how to be best prepared for when they do go live with future stock drops this week. The next thing we're going to talk about is Target, because we did not see them go live this morning like we expected them to. However, we do still know that they have inventory in their stores and that it could drop at any time. So I want to talk through Target strategies and just review that with you guys so you're ready to go whenever that stock does go live. Then the last thing we're going to cover in today's video is actually Dbrand going on record and kind of challenging Sony to sue them even over selling custom PS5 faceplates, and they're claiming that they are doing this in a way that is going to make them allow to sell them on the market without Sony being able to challenge them in any way, shape, or form. So I want to cover that in case if anybody's in the market for custom PS5 faceplates, because it does seem like a lot of fans are excited about that. Now, before we do hop into all the details today, I just want to quickly invite everybody to join Sunbro Nation if you haven't done so already. Do so by subscribing below, hit the like button on this video if you enjoy the content today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming and console news as we're in the new generation of gaming. But with that, guys, let's dive into the details. So if you've been following the channel for any length of time, you've probably heard me talk about Sony Direct a number of different times, and that is simply because I truly believe that they are one of the best retailers to secure your PS5 console from, and that is just simply due to the fact that we see them go live with stock drops more than any other retailer out there, and it makes a lot of sense considering that they're manufacturing the PS5 themselves, so as they get new stock in, they just turn around and sell it straight through their store. Now, the frustration with Sony is that their direct queue has not always been clear on how it works. I think at this point we can confirm that it is random selection, so you are just literally gambling every time you hop into that queue. If you see the link go live and you jump in there and it shows more than an hour wait, do not give up. That is still just as likely to get through as somebody who jumped in and it says like 15 minutes left or whatever the case is. It seems to update as people start getting through and buying the consoles, and I've seen wait times go from an hour to like 10 minutes just like that, so you really can't tell for sure on what spot you're actually in, and it all comes down to how much inventory and how many users Sony is actually going to allow to purchase this console. Now, what I want to talk about with Sony Direct is that I do think this is a Monday at the time of filming this video. They're live right now. I do think we're going to see them continue to restock throughout the rest of this week. So I want to share a quick little list of tips that you can do to hopefully best secure your console and be ready to go when these links do go live. They get shared on Twitter typically first, so that would be your number one spot to start, is to make sure your notifications are on Twitter on all the accounts listed in my description down below. Now, when the link goes out, you're going to want to be signed into PlayStation Network ahead of time. So if you're not signed in, if you get selected to purchase the console, it will actually say sign in to purchase as opposed to saying like complete purchase or add to cart. The reason they do that is Sony is trying to sell this to legit gamers who are going to purchase games and different things through the PlayStation Store. So they want to sell this to a gamer, so you do have to have a PlayStation Network login. So that's going to be number one. If you don't have one, you can create it through their website. I will link to both the digital and the disc edition of this console in my description below. So the number one thing is to first be signed in. The next thing you're going to want to do is have your preferred payment method set. I personally recommend PayPal just because I think over the course of this entire console launch, we've seen weird glitches with numerous different retailers where cards, even though the numbers are accurate, it tells you the security code is wrong or something's off on the card, or even your bank will block the transaction. We've seen a bunch of different things like that happen over the course of this launch, since it is obviously a $500 purchase in most cases. So what you can do is you can go into your profile section of the PSN store. It's a little bit buried in there, but keep messing around. If you go to the profile section and you go to account settings, there is something that says payment methods, and you can actually add, it will ask you to re-put in your PlayStation Network password, so that's how you know you're on the right path there. Then you can actually add different payment methods and set them as your default method. As a backup, if you can't figure that out for some reason, or I would still recommend having this set up also just for an extra security net. You can actually add your whatever your favorite card is or payment method. You can add that through your browser directly through Google Chrome, so that way when you click on the card number information, it'll have an autofill option. You normally just have to put in your security code, so you'll want to have that at least memorized. But that's all stuff that you can do to help kind of better your chances, because just because you got into the store doesn't mean you're going to get your purchase to actually go through. All they're doing is stopping everybody from hitting the add to cart button at the same time, and they're letting so many users go in, so they can still sell out even though you're in the store and it's in stock. You have to be very quick to complete this purchase, and I think if you take all those steps, that's going to be, you know, your best shot and you setting yourself up for success the best you possibly can with Sony Direct. Now hopefully this is the start of many drops to come throughout the week. I will continue to report on this as long as gamers are out there on the hunt for the PS5 console, so make sure you keep it tuned in here. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that now, but make sure that you're set up with all that stuff ahead of time so you're ready to go when we hopefully will continue to see Sony Direct restock daily. And always look for that afternoon time window, as soon as like 1 p.m. Eastern time, as late as like 4 p.m. Eastern time. That seems to be the most common window that they like to go live in, so always be plugged in and ready to go. Have Twitter notifications on so you can hop into queue 30 minutes ahead of time whenever they put that initial message out there. So I want to get that news out to everybody so you're prepared for Sony Direct the rest of this week. Then the next thing we're going to talk about is Target, and they are currently the only other retailer that we know to have stock of the PS5 in their stores. That is due to numerous employees who are sharing screenshots of their scanners showing them receiving them in store. They obviously don't sell them in store, so don't drive to your Target and try to find it. It's not going to work that way. What they're doing is they are getting the stock in, and they are going to go ahead and release that online, where you can purchase and complete your purchase online, then drive to the store to pick it up within 4 hours of when you do purchase that. Now, Target typically likes to go live very early in the morning. We did know that on Sunday, which was yesterday, that they did receive a large number of stock from different stores. However, they did not drop that stock this morning. They could be throwing another curveball, and they could be doing it in a late afternoon like today. Maybe it'll happen later on, or it could be tomorrow morning instead, or it could be the next day. We really don't know with them, and that's one of the frustrating things, is that they do not communicate their times. But with that, if you keep an eye on them, you're actually having a better chance to secure the console, because there's not as many people that are going to be in front of their computer watching Target when they do go live. So I do like them still as a retailer to keep your eyes on, just simply for the fact of their quick turnaround time. You'll be able to drive to the store that day and pick up your console. The problem with it is you're going to have to be quick to the punch and really quick to hop in and purchase the console. Now, the big thing with Target is to actually have your store set ahead of time. So I've made previous videos in more detail, so I won't dive into everything with them, but I think just the one message is to make sure you have your Target set to probably like your biggest location or your second biggest location, and then if they do go live with stock, you're going to want to make sure that if you don't see the add to cart button, that you're going to be able to change the store to a different store near you, because one might sell out right away and another might stay up online for a few moments, so you might be able to get through that way. But with them, it could happen at any time. There's no official confirmation, so I want to make that super clear. We don't know when it's going to drop. We just know that because they have the store inventory levels sitting there, that it's anybody's guess, and it could go live at any time. But if they're going to repeat the past and how they've typically done it, I would actually watch overnight tonight into tomorrow, like as early as 3 a.m. Eastern time, as late as 7 a.m. Eastern time. That's typically how they've done it in the past, but again, that's just speculation, not a guarantee. But good luck to everybody still on the hunt that's going to be watching Target this week. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is custom PS5 faceplates, and that's because we have probably the biggest retailer who has tried to tackle this so far, and that is Dbrand. They are well known for case skins for both iPhone and Android. Any of the top tier phones, they provide like really good high quality custom skins that you can put on there as opposed to cases. So for people who like the thin feel of the phones, they've been offering that and have been very successful for quite a while, and they have a really good marketing team in place, and so they're quite a successful company to tackle this thing, because a lot of people up to this point who have tried to tackle this have gotten taken down by Sony, and that's just simply due to the fact that they're claiming that they own the rights to the custom PS5 faceplates, and that if you infringe upon that, their patent, that they can go after you legally. Now, Dbrand is very confident that they are not going to be attacked by Sony, even to the point where they challenged Sony to sue them in a post saying that go ahead and try to take us down, because apparently their design is different enough to them in their eyes that that they have nothing to worry about. So I want to talk through what the design looks like, when we can expect them to share the shipping times, and the article that they actually posted themselves stating about when they're going live with this and what the process will look like. Introducing PlayStation 5 Faceplates. As the title of this post suggests, we're now the global leaders in PS5 faceplates. This project has been in the works since just before we told you not to buy PS5 skins. Spoiler alert, this is why we told you not to buy PS5 skins. After moving a few more chess pieces through our 4 dimensions, we added a new product line to our plastic injection molding facility and got to work. The skills we've refined through the past years of developing the grip case has uniquely positioned our organization to create OEM-grade faceplates. Ones with all the precision, attention to detail, and needlessly elaborate packaging that you've come to expect from Dbrand. We'll be entering mass production on PS5 faceplates by year's end. However, we won't be accepting orders until we have stock at our Toronto HQ ready to ship. If CD Projekt Red has taught us anything, it's that selling products before they're finished is a bad idea. If you're among the millions of humans who didn't get a PS5 for Christmas, stay calm, and when you see these go out of stock, we anticipate that the demand will outpace supply at launch, but rest assured, faceplates will be a permanent fixture in our portfolio. On the other hand, if you're among the millions of scalpers hoping to differentiate their overpriced PS5s with a custom faceplate, we encourage you to sign up for the launch notification here. That's it from us. Congratulations on surviving 2020. We'll try harder in 2021. So whoever's writing this for Dbrand is obviously extremely confident that they are not going to face any issues, and it is kind of part of their brand image, I think, to be, very provocative and just be like a careless type of, we're so confident in our products that we're not worried about Sony. Go ahead and try to come after a Sony and see what happens. So I'm curious on your guys' thoughts and if you're interested in picking this up. One thing that I did notice when I was looking at the product page itself is that it shows that they actually have created a somewhat different design, and that's probably why they think they're protected. Just because if you look at like the front of where the faceplates normally come and arch out on the PS5 console for the stock edition, this is a very flat, more squared off version. So I personally do like the look of it. It would be nice to be able to change it back and forth. I'm still hoping that Sony goes ahead and ramps up their own faceplate production, and what I really hope for is that eventually we'll see like the top tier collector edition of games come with customized faceplates from Sony themselves that are maybe themed around the game, like God of War Ragnarok. If that gets a custom PS5 faceplate, well, I'm probably getting the top tier collector's edition because I want that faceplate for when I'm playing through that game. But this is something that sounds like it will be available super early in 2021. They obviously took a shot at CD Projekt Red and said they're not even willing to accept orders until it's ready to ship. So it is something that you can expect, and you can actually go to their website right now. It is live, and you can look at it at the color. Now, it shows that it's only matte black. They may be adding more colors later on, but you can be signed up on an email notification list in case if you're interested in receiving this from Dbrand. But I would love to know your guys' thoughts on custom faceplates, and if you think they might run into any legal issue with Sony, or if they're going to be in the clear because their design is different enough. Thanks so much for watching the video today, everyone. I do truly appreciate you all sticking around until the end. I did at this point in the video want to invite you all to leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on Sony Direct going live today. Let me know if you got a win with them, or if you're going to be watching Target throughout the rest of the week, or if any of those tips on Sony Direct website and the payment information, stuff like that, was helpful for you. Then also share with me your thoughts on custom PS5 faceplates and whether or not you're going to be picking that up from Dbrand when they do go live. Now, before we do end the video today, I just want to quickly invite everybody one more time to join Sunbro Nation. If you haven't done so already, do so by subscribing below. Hit the like button on your way out on this video if you enjoyed the content today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming and console news as we're in the new generation of gaming. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you all have a great day. Sunbro Nation, out.